What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest problems with the internet. And well, this is a big topic on GTA. This happens a ton on GTA. Now, no, it's not what's on the screen now. It's actually a much serious version of that. And this is about DDoS attacks. Denial of service attacks, as you might know it. And this is pretty much where somebody called a booter, or an attacker as you might call them, pretty much gets loads of different servers or computers to attack one router, Wi-Fi router, and this makes it turn off often, stop giving service and all that stuff, and it's a big problem with the internet, and yeah, it's really annoying. It's mainly annoying. It's not that dangerous. It just annoys a lot of people because, well, you don't have internet for, it could be just 2 minutes, it could be days, weeks, probably months. So, the main provider, which is free, was xResolver. Now it's a little bit, it doesn't exactly give the best details, but it still works for some gamer tags. Pretty much what you do is you go onto the website, which looks exactly like this, and it's as simple as this. You put the person's gamer tag in from Xbox, and it comes up with where they live, the internet provider, and their IP address, all that stuff. And it's kind of crazy. Now, you'd think this is illegal. Well, the way they do it, they get through the legal issues by saying, well, every internet collects IP addresses so they can display it. I don't really know how they bypassed the legal system with it, but they did. Completely bypassed it. And then there's another one which is a lot more dangerous and a lot more professional booters, let's just refer to them as, use. This one is called Octo Sniff. You've probably heard of them going, let me open up Octo Sniff. Well, this is what Octo Sniff looks like. Octo Sniff pretty much, well, they can enter your gamer tag or your PSN or whatever, or they can just use the little app. And they can get everyone's IP addresses from their server. Now, this was actually from some guy on YouTube. Can't remember his name. I'll link him in the description. He was displaying how to use it. Pretty much, you just join the server and you get everyone's IP. It's not that hard, and it just runs everyone's. Now, I blurred out all the IP addresses. He didn't have them blurred, but I did blur them, just in case anyone was still using these IP addresses. And I also blocked out the provider of internet as well. But as you can see, it came up with the IP addresses, the usernames on Xbox or PSN or PC, the port, the country, the region, and the city from where they are. And as you can see, it comes up with all that. Now, it doesn't give that much precise information, but it gives everything that one of these booters wants, and that is your IP address and your internet provider. That is literally all they need to take your internet off you within a matter of seconds. It's really annoying, and it shouldn't be legal, and it isn't legal. It's very, very illegal, but the way they can do it, the way they can steal your IP address, isn't so illegal. It's probably still illegal in many ways. However, there are definitely ways that they've bypassed it so they can actually keep the sites up and the apps running. Now then, there's another tool, which is even more annoying. Now, this is called XboxKicker. There's probably one for PSN, but I don't know the name of one of them. This is what it looks like, and what it makes you do is it gives the hacker, let's just refer to them as a hacker. They're not really a hacker, they're just using a random application, which takes no skill, by the way, to use. One of these hackers just pretty much get this app, which, yeah, app. It's an application. No, it's not on mobile, by the way. And they pretty much open it up on the computer, laptop, whatever. It doesn't even have to be a very good performer. And they can kick whoever they want out of a party, or whatever you call them on PSN. I don't really know what they're called. I'm an Xbox dude, by the way. I don't really know what they're called. But they can kick anyone out the party they choose. And they're not the party leader. They just choose who they want to kick out the party with this application. It's literally a click of buttons, really, and they are really, honestly, neither are booters. They are not skilled. They are just using random applications which they can download. Anyone can download. Now, they're all paid, so they're pretty ridiculous. They're paying prices to do all this. It's kind of a scum, low-life thing to do, but these guys are literally that. And there's a lot of people who also get in trouble, and these are the wrong people who get in trouble, who download one of these booting softwares or kickers to counter these people, to boot offline the people who are booting random innocent people offline for maybe trash talking. Honestly, taking somebody's IP address is way more serious than somebody trash talking you and calling you a few silly names. And if you get offended by people calling you names to the point where you want to commit some illegal crime, that's kind of sad, honestly. I don't really know who is in that mindset other than these guys, and hopefully none of you guys watching are one of them, but there probably is one at least. Now, I can understand why there's loads of counter people, and yet these are the people who always get caught out doing it. And then, you know, they're not even the ones who are wanting to commit crimes at all. They're just committing crimes by trying to stop people committing crimes. It's really, really weird, and they get targeted and they get found out. It's always just bad luck. Now, there is ways you can prevent booting. Now, Kicker, we're going to go back to booting, obviously. There's a way to stop booting happening, by the way. There's a massive way, and that is VPN. Now, people on Xbox say, appear offline. Go on Do Not Disturb. That doesn't do much, but there is a way to get, you know, so that they can't do it. That is by using a VPN, and that is pretty much where you are using a server to fake where you are. So it's going to come up with a country like Asia. You can make it be in Asia, so then when they try to boot you offline, it's just going to come up with an Asian IP address, not your own IP address. Therefore, they can't boot you offline. You're pretty much invincible. Now, there is probably multiple ways they can counter this. However, it kind of gets the job done, and it might be worth it. No VPNs are not free, and you have to be willing to pay a little bit of a price to get them, which is kind of sad, but, you know, it might be worth it if you are playing games like GTA. It's mainly 18 plus games like Rainbow Six Siege and GTA that have these guys on. If you're playing them games quite regularly, it might be something to consider. Keeps you safe, and it stops you from getting so annoyed, and stops people from booting you offline 24/7, which it's really annoying when you get booted offline, because they're not always just 2 minutes like usually they are. However, they're not always. But that's it for today's video, guys. That's pretty much everything you can do, VPN, and what it is. And it literally is the biggest internet problem at the minute, and I think. Yes, there's cyber criminals who steal things, but this is one of the most common things to happen on the internet. The most common crime, which everyone who's committing it for not a good purpose gets away with it. There's only a few people who've been caught, and yes, there've been a lot of trouble with them. They've really been in trouble. But yeah, it's not very good. But anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, and if you're new, subscribe. I think I've counted everything there. I think I've talked about most of it. There'll be another video probably if I've missed anything. But that is it for today's video. If you did like, make sure to like.